Hello and welcome back. In the previous tutorial we learned how to install the MetaTrader 4 terminal and open a demo account. Today we're going to learn how to navigate the trading platform. So I've got the MetaTrader 4 platform open in front of me. Let's have a look what it's got. So right away in front you've got a chart, and most likely your chart is black in color. And that happens when you open up a new chart. By default they're black, so we'll have a look at how to change the color in a minute as well. Up at the top we've got a panel, which most programs have. Then we've got some toolbars over here. On the left we've got a market watch window, then we've got a navigator window below that, and then at the bottom we've got a whole panel of windows which are trade, exposure, account history, news, and so on. And of course in the middle we have the main chart. So let's start with the chart. How do we open a new chart? Right now we've got the Euro-Dollar 1 hourly time frame chart open. Let's see how we open a new one. Well, in the market watch we right click on the currency pair that we want to see and we click chart window, and the window pops up. As you can see, the window is right away black, and that's the default color for MetaTrader 4. You can change that very easily. Right click on the chart, go to properties and color scheme, and then change it to whichever one you want. You can specify your own scheme on the right here. Then we click OK, and we've got the chart. So next also we can go to properties, common, and if we uncheck the show grid, we won't see the grid in the background because it can be distracting at times. So that's good. By default, as you can see, the chart that was open is the British pound dollar 1 hourly time frame chart. So how do we change the time frame of the chart? Well, this panel over here, let's get it done and dusted right away. It tells you which time frame of the chart you have opened, and you can change the time frame by simply clicking. And as you can see, as I click, the chart changes and adjusts to the right time frame. Sometimes data has to be loaded and you'll get this warning message. Alright, while that's loading, let's have a look at the other panels. So we've talked about the market watch. On the bottom here we've got a tick chart if you want, but that's when the market is open. Because it's Saturday we can't see anything here, but generally here you can see every single tick that comes for this currency pair. So let's go back. The navigator is an interesting one as well. You can change your accounts here once you've entered them at least once. You've got some indicators here which you can drag onto your chart. Let's for example drag a random, not that one, let's try this one. This one's pretty. This indicator, as you can see right away, we've got an indicator on the chart, and this indicator probably will look better on the black and white, on the green and black. See, it's a really pretty indicator there. You can drag, let's do one that we're familiar with. So in the trend we've got moving average. We drag it onto the chart, specify the width so we can see it, and there you can see our moving average is there. If you want to delete an indicator, right click it and click delete indicator. Okay, so we've got the moving average. As you can see, everything is pretty simple. It's very easy to get around here. All the indicators are here. Expert advisors, so I wouldn't advise using these because these are the default ones and they're not very good. They'll just lose your money, so probably don't even look in there. Scripts, also not at this stage. We don't need any scripts right now. Okay, so what have we got next? At the bottom you've got your account state. For example, any open trades will be in the trade tab. Exposure is a new tab in the recent builds of MetaTrader 4. So it tells you once you have open trades which currencies you're exposed to. Account history, it's got some just general basically trades that you've already conducted, if you have conducted any, and so on. So the news, alerts, mailbox, market, you can explore those. They're not that important for your trading. Maybe the journal is important because it tells you exactly what's happening on your charts and what is like if there's any take profits or stop losses and so on. So that's maybe an important tab as well. Alright, so let's move over to the top now. At the top we've got the file window, file menu. I don't really use that. It basically doesn't have anything helpful except for open accounts. So if you want to open an account, open a new account, you can open one here. Or if you want to log into an account, you can log into account here. If you have your credentials and you have your server, just basically log into account and it will appear over there. Next, the view. This one might be useful for you if you're from a different country and your home language is not English. You just basically use any language, and they've got a big variety, big selection of languages here. Next, so in view, anything else? No, we'll talk about all of these just now. Then insert, you can insert indicators this way as well. So the most recent ones, I think, over here, and then you can pick in the same way as we just did. You can pick the indicators from here. You can also insert other things like lines, but we'll talk about that in the panels down here. Insert lines, channels, like different elements of analysis, technical analysis. Maybe the only one that is useful from here is shape. So if you want to insert a rectangle, you can, and then if you double click it and then you go to properties, you can change the color if you want. If you want to highlight something on your chart. So I'll just delete that, it's distracting. So insert charts. Actually, don't use this one because all of these options are actually available here, and we'll talk about them. Tools, this is an important one. So your options, your terminal options are here, and you can set these up if you want. I actually don't think you need to adjust anything here. Maybe change your account server if you need to, but once again, you can do that in the menu we looked at previously. Okay, and history center, that's if you want to upload history or change it, so we're not going to look at that. We're not going to look at any of those. Window, to be honest, this one can help you tile your windows. Like if you have several windows open and they're messy, you just click here and you click like tile windows, and as you can see, they're right away adjusted into a nice, neat fashion. Or you can tile them like this, or you can tile them whichever way you want. And help, there's always the help topics. If you get stuck with a client terminal, there's some really good instructions on how to get around and topics that will help you find your way. Okay, so we'll finish off today because this tutorial is getting quite long. And in the next tutorial, we'll talk about these elements of the navigation over here in the quick panels. Okay, I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy trading.